There is absolutely nothing like watching someone waste 6 hours of their life hollering and screaming and deflecting and demanding. Uh-huh. It must suck to spend all that time sitting there wasting your time. Man, Joshua Ray, Barbara really would be disappointed in you. You know? You got a real hood ghetto name, kind of like that crappy house you live in. Joshua Ray. Thanks for confirming that Divine is one of the Danny Robertson collective weirdo cyberstalkers. Thank you for doing that. And also thank you for lying because I screenshotted everything that you were saying, talking about my fiance's manhood. Nobody in the chat said anything to prompt you to say that. And I have the evidence and the screenshots and the recordings. Do you really think you're gonna get away, Josh Ray? Maybe if your mother maybe if Barbara had just given you a better name. Maybe. Maybe if she hadn't died on you. Maybe if she had stayed around talking about my relationship with my mom, talking about how I treated my mom. How did you treat your mom before she died? I wonder. And then you end your little live broadcast. You were so busy monitoring everything that's going online to see if you were getting the reaction that you wanted from your 6-hour intimidation fest. I don't understand why I just can't stay on YouTube. I don't understand. I don't understand. Put more put toothpicks in the chat. Put toothpicks in the chat while I sit here and I play my really, really, really stupid AI records. Josh Ray. You poor stupid little girl. You can sit online and deflect all you want. You can sit online and try to turn the conversation or whatever you want to turn it to. It really doesn't matter. You know? It's funny. You spent all that time online. Are you here yet? Joshua Ray? You spent your whole time, all of your life, following me, watching me, stalking me, looking in my sunglasses to see if you can see something that can let you know where I am. Why didn't you give your little Google Map tour again today? Why not? Because I'm not going to tell you how I know, but I know, and I know how to get there, and I know how to, and if you want to go real world, we could go real world, and I bring that energy, and I match that energy, you do. Okay. But as per your request, Joshua Ray, demanding receipts? Oh no, you get no receipts. Nobody's gonna be feeding you any more content to react to. It's a new day, toots. Sure is. Because, see, all of our receipts are going to the feds. See, we don't have time to post receipts for y'all to respond to. You know, we're not doing that. That's not gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen. Nope. Not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen at all. Nobody's gonna post anything. What, you want us to post receipts so you can come up with another 10-part series of nothing? We're not giving you anything. Nobody. Not a hint. Not a clue. Keep up the bad work. Keep exposing yourself. Just keep on. Keep on making threats. I'm nice, nasty. I'm nice, nasty. No, you're not. You're downright disgusting. You don't know us, but you do know that Odell and I are in a committed relationship and have been for quite some time. It is not nice, nasty at all to sit there and talk about another woman's man, to talk about his private anything, to talk about anything. It's just, that's not nice, nasty. It's just disgusting. And it's childish. And it's boring. See, this is the thing. I would never expose the real details of my love life with someone that I actually love. It's nobody's business. You know, I guess a lot of people forgot when I first was exposed on YouTube and then came to YouTube to fight for the legitimacy of my name. I was married. And when I'm married, I'm monogamous. It's just the way it is for me now. My first marriage, I did a lot of cheating. And I see how pointless it is. I learned that back in my 20s. So yeah, when I'm married, I'm monogamous. Period. So all of this, I'm a slut, and I'm a this, and I'm a that. I separated from my second husband, and I dated a couple of people until I found the right guy the last time I checked. That was normal and healthy. But if I'm not in love with you, and I know I have no intentions of ever being with you again, I don't care what people know about your anatomy or your body or how you do this or how you do that, because you for the streets. See, that's how that works. If I'm not in love with you and I don't really care about you and it just was what it was, then you for the streets. So I didn't have any problem with telling everybody about Sip or Kiapra or Brian Henderson or whatever, big homie Sip, whatever y'all want to call that man who date raped me in Chicago. I mean, shout out to VS Icon. At least she admitted that. I mean, at least she admitted that she saw the video, and I told her it was evidence of him essaying me. It was date rape, period. They all saw the video. And he was filming. And his reason for filming is that him and his little internet girlfriend, Scat Medusa Seductions, were going to sell the tape for a hefty sum as a Jaguar Wright sex tape to humiliate and embarrass me on behalf of YouTubers and make a nice little penny at the same time. Unfortunately, I figured out what they were doing because I had gone in his phone and realized he was conspiring against me. So I decided to do to him what he was going to do to me first. I devalued whatever it was that they were going to do. But I never asked anybody to sell it or disseminate it, which means anybody who chose to do that, that was revenge corn. Because the people that disseminated it did it with malicious intent to hurt and embarrass me. All crimes. All I did was share evidence with someone who was pretending to be my friend. Is that me setting people up? Or is that me being smarter than duplicitous people who deserve to burn in hell for their actions and behavior? See how that works? My. How illuminating. You know, all these people on YouTube that say, oh, Jag did this to me, and Jag did that to me, and Jag is this, and I was with Jag, and I know her, and I met her, and I gave her clothes, and I did this, and I did that. All of those people were plants. I think one of the most...
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm just talking about receipts. And why there will be no receipts. Because all of our receipts are designated for someone else. These receipts aren't for content. These receipts are for evidence. Ain't nobody giving y'all shit. And just in case nobody got the memo, we are not standing behind Ada because she was an exemplary mother. We're not standing behind Ada because she never endangered her kids. We're not standing behind Ada because she's a model citizen. We're not standing behind Ada for any of the stuff that these weirdo content creators are talking about. We're standing behind Ada because we have something in common with Ada. She was cyber-stalked and bullied by the very people that are cyber-stalking and bullying us. Isn't that right, babe? Our stance for Ada has absolutely nothing to do with CPS or parenting or any of that. None of that. No, we literally watched this woman get targeted, tracked down, and then she was cyberbullied to the point where she lost the ability to see life clearly, and she almost unalived herself. It was told to us by her family from the hospital that she was in a coma. That's what her family said. Odell has spoken to her mother. We've never said that, but he has. If we were interested in turning this into content, if we were interested in trying to make a thing out of this, we would have been sharing everything that we've done privately, but it's nobody's business. Our only and main interest in Ada at this point in time is that she get better, she make a full recovery, and that we stand behind her in the cyberbullying tactics and efforts that were taken out on her and pushed her over the edge when she was at a very weak moment. That's why. We don't need to show you receipts about Ada's life. The only receipts we need are the evidence of the digital footprint trail of how Ada was targeted, about how Ada was seduced and approached, about how Ada was love bombed, promised help, promised aid, promised connection, promised a meeting, promised a lawyer, promised a phone number and she had to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And then when she finally got somebody to do what they said they were going to do, all of a sudden, people were calling her a thief. See, that's what happened. And then the next thing you know, we got a phone call that she was in a coma. That's what happened. You want to end your life by saying stop blaming you, Josh Ray, and Bonnie? You mean Amber? Your spy? Because once again, the only reason you're doing this 80 trillion part series trying to get anybody who you can to listen to all of your weird receipts and all of your weird conjecture and theory and all of your weird summation about something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You know, there's nothing worse than being in a battle or being in a debate with someone, being in a heat with someone. And while you're busy saying, hey, I'm talking about the sky being blue, everything that they say is, no, because water is wet and the ground is brown. And you're sitting there and you're saying, yeah, but we're talking about the sky. No, the ground is brown. And see, this is why. That's why you want everybody to look up. Because you don't want anyone to notice that the ground is brown and water is wet. And that's why there's mud. And you stepped in the mud. And you put those footprints everywhere. And you did. Yeah, but we're talking about the sky. No, but see, you just want everyone to look at the sky because you don't want anyone to see that you got worms in your shoes, and your shoes are ugly, and they're nasty, and they're dirty, and see, this is what happened, and this is why they want you to look at the sky. They don't you look up, don't look up, look down, because they don't want you to look at the ground, and they don't want you to look at the mud, and they made those footprints, and it wasn't us, and the footprints, I don't even wear shoes. They did this, Wow. Who does that for 6 hours? If what we're talking about is the sky, why do you keep talking about the ground? Altered receipts aren't receipts. That part. I'm just curious. If we're talking about the sky, why are you telling everybody look at the ground? Like real rap. We are talking about the sky. And you keep talking about mud puddles and mud pies and inchworms and everything else that ain't got nothing to do with the sky. You ain't even talking about a damn bird. At least the birds are in the sky. You keep talking about mud puddles and mud pies. 111 likes, 300 people in the room. We could use 200 more likes. I'm serious. You're out of your mind. Who do you think you are? Danny Houdini? You think you're going to trick everybody into forgetting that we talking about the sky? At least talk about the clouds. Hell, you can talk about the sky. You can talk about the clouds. You can talk about all the different kinds of birds. You know, things that are sky related. You keep talking about mud. You keep talking about dirt. You keep talking about how the water hit the ground and made the puddles, and now they done messed up the grass, and they done messed up the lawn, and they done messed up this, and they done messed up that, and all of this, and ain't none of it your fault because y'all brought the rain with your lies, and you lied until it rained. But guess what? The rain did come from the sky. So why don't we get back to the sky? Let's get back before the rain. Get back to the sky. No, because we're talking about the dirt, and we're talking about the worms, and we're talking about how you like eating the worms, and how you like taking the worms and shoving them up your nose, and then putting them in your butt, and then do it like, and then you turn into a whole like fifth grader with your so-called insults. For 6 hours, your mother, Barbara would be disappointed. We talking about the sky, you talking about the dirt. We talking about the sky, you talking about the mud. We talking about the sky, you talking about water on the ground, making the mud puddles, messing up the lawn, up in the grass. You know what kind of grass it is. You know what kind of door it is. You know the worms came and it came out your nose because you're dirty and you're disgusting and you're just a wormy person. And you got the worms in it with you, but none of that happened in the sky. Unless you're talking about the bird who had the worm in his mouth and flew away into the sky. Now, if you're talking about that, then we're getting close. You know? I just wish when you people would go off on your tangents and your rants, you would find the time to actually stay on topic. So let me get you back on topic. The topic is this, very simple. Ada was cyberbullied. She was targeted. She was handled up on, she was love bombed, and then she was turned on and gang stalked. Okay? I want y'all to stay with that. Stay right there in the sky, okay? Ada came looking for help. She saw me. I introduced her to our community. The community said that they would support Ada and start gathering efforts to help her in her pursuit to get her kids back. That was it. There was no collusion. There was no money. There was no this. There was no that. Now, somebody's been collecting money since Ada's been in the hospital. I don't know. What I do know is it ain't me. So trying to put me in it, a little weird. But so what? If people want to donate money to send to Ada's family, then they should be able to do that. And as long as the family's getting it, I don't see what the big deal is. Like, I'm not understanding what the big deal is about Murph. See, this is the thing. You sit there and you spend all of that time talking about Murph. You spend all of that money, wasting all of that time on a long-distance phone call to call over an ocean to try to prove that somebody ain't this and somebody ain't that, and you got this and you got that, and What? Okay. I don't know if you're trying to be cute, King B, but talking about my man on my channel, the channel he produces, the channel we run, in a disparaging manner in any way, could only get you, like blocked, banned, and reported. Bye. Now, like I was saying, it's funny how everybody keeps attacking Murph. Nicest, sweetest, kindest guy. The only way Murph's license or his degrees or whatever should be taken into consideration as a negative, and when I say as a negative, I mean him not having them, is if he was operating on YouTube as a therapist. He's not. Matter of fact, every time I've heard Murph talk about psychology, it's usually when we're having a conversation based around sociopathy, and he'll say, as a psychologist, as someone who trained, he always refers back to his academics to give grounding to the points that he's making to the audience. But outside of that, I've never seen Murph try to peddle himself as a doctor in any way. And I know for a fact that he wasn't working as a therapist in any capacity for Ada. So considering that the Ada situation is what's on the table, and considering that Murph wasn't working as a doctor in any way or offering his services or collecting money for therapy or for services provided, unlike Just Dante, who's selling herself as a psychic and a spiritual healer and not only getting readings wrong, handling stuff wrong, but taking money for readings and actually not giving them. And when people ask for their money back or ask for a refund, she say, oh, no, you sent it to his friends and family, so I ain't got to send it back to you. I mean, like, that's a fraud. That's a scam. That's obvious. Well, now she cooking. Well, good for her. Hopefully she's eating something that'll help her brain. From what I hear, Graves' disease can be very taxing on all of your body functions. So, like I was saying, like anybody talking about Murph's anything, unless he's representing himself, yeah, I know, I know, I know, I know, Teresa. This isn't about her. This isn't about us trying to do a PR campaign, making it look like she was ever Mother of the Year. No, our interest in Ada is solely and specifically this. She was targeted by people who target me. She was chased down virtually. She was beguiled, seduced, love bombed, and then turned on and harassed and gang stalked. And the only reason it happened to her was because she came looking for me. That's it. I ain't vouching for nothing else. I ain't talking about nothing else. Because it ain't my business. If Ada's asking me for help, the only thing I can do is point her in the right direction. But right now, what matters most is not whether or not Ada was a great mother or she should get her kids back. It's whether or not she's going to be able to get up and walk and talk and function like a normal person after the mental abuse she endured at the hands of the troll farm. That's what we're talking about. The sky. Stay in the sky. We're not talking about people's degrees. We're not like nothing. You people, you're so lost in a fog, in a maze that three of you actually went live trying to explain it. Of course I know Jay Dilla. Of course I knew Dilla. Quickest, easiest story I can give you about me and Jay Dilla, me and Lonnie Lynn, also known as Common, the actor and rapper, got into an argument about me rejecting him. And it was the night that Q-Tip's video was coming out on BET for Breathe and Stop. It was premiering, and we were arguing in the live room, and Jimmy the Cat was sitting there looking kind of weird because he didn't understand what the hell was going on. Neither did I. I understood the cat more than I understood Common in that moment. And right in that moment, Jay Dilla came out and was like, yo, what y'all doing, man? Tip's video's about to premiere. Yo, you got to see this. And that was it. Like, Dilla was awesome that way. He always knew how to squash things real fast on just like, he was a hell of a peacemaker. Jay Dilla was a hell of a peacemaker. Good man. Good man. You know, it's wild to me because people really just, people act like they don't want to believe, but it's cool. I'm grateful for my new manager. I really am. I'm really looking forward to, I hate signing contracts, but this one, I'm really excited about. I can't wait to sign this contract. I've never been this excited about signing a contract since I signed my deal with Artemis. Even my major deals, I never wanted to sign any of them because I knew what I was attaching myself to. I knew it was going to come. I knew it was going to happen. But when I signed my first major independent deal with a distributor, I haven't been this excited since. I mean, it also kind of helps that I've known this person ever since I was a size 2. I haven't been a size 2 since the 90s. I remember the first time he came into my store. I was selling sports apparel and sneakers right across the street from City Hall, right around the corner from the clothespin. And I was working for some Israelis. I was always working for Israelis. Jaguar, ala panim, Jaguar. And man, I remember when he walked in, and he kind of looked familiar to me a little bit. I recognized his face, but I mean, everybody knew his cousin. But I'll never forget the day that I saw him in the Flavor in Your Ear remix video. Oh my goodness. When I saw him in that video, I'm like, this is epic. This is epic. When he first came to Philly, it was like, Philly is one of those cult towns, so cult town, cult style. Like, everybody wore Reeboks. All the dudes, from South Philly wore Alpinas. And up West Philly, Hilltop. Gazelles, North Philly, big time, Germantown. Like, Lottos. And so he wanted to make sure that he fit in, because he was in hip hop. And he wasn't trying to get no shit, you know what I'm saying? He just wanted to blend in, you know what I mean? Know what they rocked. He was always the kind of guy that believed, when in Rome, respect the cultures of the people around you. You know what I mean? Get to know that very cultured man, very smart, wise man. He was always that way. I kept him straight. He would come to the shop. Yo, Jay, put me together something. I got a battle. Go to New York. Boop. Hook me up something. You know my size. I'm like, I got you. Yo, how about these butter Tims with the bubblegum sole? These bubblegum sole, and then we're gonna put it with the Guess jeans with the pleat down the side, because that was very big in Philly. Very, very, very big. Oh my goodness. Those Guess jeans with the pleats. Oh, every black boy had, every black man had one, period. I kept him tight. But the day I watched Flavor in Your Ear video, and I saw him come on the screen, and I'm like, that's my guy! I went crazy. Oh my God, I had to go everywhere, tell everyone, oh my God, he's in the video, Biggie! Oh. I know them lottos was everything, baby. Man. That's the one thing that I will say that I loved when I got to go and live overseas. I gained a fine appreciation for fashion. And why living in New York and living close to New York was so important if you was into fashion, especially urban fashion. New York is the biggest port that is closest to England and Paris. When everything flies in, unless It's coming from the Far East. Then it's going to make it to LA first. But everywhere else, it's got to come to New York first. New York is the first place it hits before it comes anywhere in the city. That's why a lot of us Philly girls, we would, catch the train up, wait to see when they had new sizes, new colors that we knew would take like 4 or 5 months to get to Philly before they were in the stores in Philly. So we would go up to New York and we would catch all the fly stuff coming in. And if we had a little extra money, we'd buy a couple extra pairs, bring them back to Philly. So this way we could sell them. And we could sell them at top dollar because we knew they wasn't going to be in the city for a couple of months. I mean, we was always on the hustle. Thank you, TB. Somebody asked about Blue Cantrell. Yeah. Yeah. 125th and St. Nick. Harlem World. Where Lamont Coleman was from. Yeah. I'm really excited about my new manager. I can't wait to make the announcement. To have him as my manager, as an artist, and have him somebody who knows me 30 years now. And he don't just know me as a friend and as a big brother, but he knows me as an artist, and he's always been a big fan of my work. But he's an artist, though. And he's one of the dopest, most respected artists that I've ever known and that I've ever had the pleasure to call brother, friend, guide. Very wise. If you had told me 30 years ago that I'd be signing a contract with this man, I'd have been like, maybe one day, but not now. Maybe one day. Maybe one day is here. Can you do a documentary on me? 735 Media. I suggest you go to my channel info and look at our contact information there, or just for real, go over to thejaguarwright.com and just leave a message there. Somebody will get back to you soon. Self-love, yeah, that's a great record. Well, we'll be making the announcement this weekend at some point in time, and you guys will get to meet him. And I can't wait to introduce you to him. I love the way God is making all my dreams come true at this time of my life. I love that. Going into my 50s, I'm literally getting everything I have prayed for, hoped for, wished for, dreamed for. And I'm still young enough and I still have enough energy to enjoy it. Good things always happened for me. I just wasn't ashamed or afraid to show the bad things that happened to me. That's all. But see, everything that I went through it for, that all starts with the music. Salute to the shy. Nice little trip down memory lane. Episode 2 of Tammy Wallace is coming. You know, I find it funny. Why would I be interested in sitting on anyone else's channel or panel when I have the Jaguar Wright show now? Why would I be pressed or in a rush to go sit on anyone else's platform when I have my own? Now, I have the Jaguar Wright show. I have that to build. Because the next million view video that I do, that's where it's going to be. We already got a couple hundred, some odd thousand videos now. Thank you for all who've watched. Please keep subscribing. Why would I be worried in trading receipts with a bunch of frauds who it took years to do what I accomplished in a week? Are you kidding me? Because see, the one thing y'all ain't talking about are my stats. Fastest growing gross overall platforms on YouTube right now belong to Jaguar Wright and Wolfgang Amadeus. Why would we be interested in putting million view content on someone else's channel when we know the content that I do can do that all by itself? And now we have the team and the ability, and we now have the infrastructure to do it well. No, Ada is awake and she is recovering. And thank you for your prayers. Why would we be interested in doing that with anyone else? See, all of y'all channels proved that whether I have favor or don't have favor, I can make any video I want go viral. Yep, on anybody's channel. And I've proven that time and time again for you ungrateful little shits. Why wouldn't I do it on my platform now? Fastest growing platforms. It took the robot 4 years. She still ain't hit 15K. It took the official King Pedo 12 years to get to 25K. SDW got to 140 some odd and died. Storm Monroe ain't never making it to 300K. I'm just saying. Am I most dynamic? Yes, Gladys. Yes. And the most dynamic of catalogs for the Jaguar Wright content on YouTube. Sit at the blue couch. And now that I am a defender of freedom, their catalog just became mint gold. Make it into documentaries and shit. I've already done right by them 10 times over. Truth is if I never did another video with the blue couch, they wouldn't be lacking. Their Jaguar Wright catalog just became history. So, they gonna be all right. They got big homie CC over there. They be all right. They don't need me that much. But see, what does need me is the Jaguar Wright show, which went from 0 to over 20,000 subscribers in less than 3 weeks. Actually, in 2 weeks. In our very small but growing catalog, there's already a couple videos over 100K, one over 200. The Tammy Wallace story is doing very well. Yes, 2 weeks. In 1 month, I'm going to pass most of these weirdos. And in 2 months, we'll pass them all. See, somebody tried to make a cute little reference about the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Let me give you a little lesson. Maybe because you're so young. You was born in what, 1990, right? Jaguar Wright? Might be a little young. See, the Roadrunner was a bird that was minding his business. See, it was Wile E. Coyote who pursued him, not the other way around. See, I didn't know any of you weirdos on YouTube. Yet all of y'all had hundreds of videos with my name in it, my hashtags in it, before I even knew you existed. So see, in that reference, that would make me the Roadrunner. Okay? I'm going to take it slow because you sounded a little manic tonight, so clearly you're not thinking so good the way. Now, as Wile E. Coyote engaged after the Roadrunner, I mean, he would spend a lot of time coming up with elaborate plots, just like catapults backed up by a net, hooked up to a fishing line that's connected to a pile of rocks to make sure that when the Roadrunner came through, even if he missed the first 2 traps, the 3rd trap would set loose and knock him down, and he went through all of that. And guess what? He'd go through all of that stuff, and when the dust was settled, the Roadrunner would come up to him, tap on the shoulder, meet me, and go the fuck away. See, that would be me. How hard have y'all worked to try to put me in jail, a hospital? You know, Joshua Ray, I found it very interesting. You had absolutely nothing to say about that very real receipt that is posted up on this channel of me and SDW talking about you and Tysha Renee Johnson, also known as TJ, also known as Ty's Journey, also known as H freaking Tony, your spy whose name was on my bond and was gaslighting me on your behalf. I mean, Sean Davey would talk in great detail back in fall of 2023 about everything that you did to try to get TJ to put a white warrant on me. You were manipulating a spy just like you were manipulating Amber, Salma, Bonnie. Now, see, this is a pattern of behavior for you. Maybe you missed it because you were so busy worried about the dirt and the mud pies and the inchworms. Look up at the sky where God lives. This is your life, Joshua. This is your life I'm talking about. For almost 4 years, this is what you've been doing. Barbara would be so disappointed in you. Where you're wasting your life. See, you've been using your Acme kit to try to fix a crime, fix a lie, fix a conspiracy, fix a money grab, a scam. You the one that works like Wile E. Coyote, not me. Honestly, I really don't have to do much. All I have to do is show up and your ass is right there. Good dog. Now roll over. Do a trick. I might give you a treat. I'm just curious. For you to even utter out your mouth that you're the road runner is insane. But go off. You crazy girl. It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the house again. Put the lotion in the basket. Put the lotion in the freaking basket. Your man has a small penis, he has a small penis. I want you to give her at the location so we can have you arrested. I need it, I need it, I need it. Oh, you people are funny. You people are funny. You want some receipts? You want some receipts? Sure, go get a copy from the FBI. That's who has your receipts. Go get your receipts. Y'all want the receipts? And you like calling people. You like calling agencies. You like calling all kinds of things. You like calling overseas. You called all the way to Dubai. Call the FBI. They got your receipts. See how that works? You sat online demanding for people to do stuff for 6 hours. Begging people to leave you alone and just keep it online and just go back and forth with you about a bunch of lies. Why would we do that? Why would we dignify your childish, maniacal requests? Why would we grant them? You're a psycho. You're a psycho-anonymous person. Or at least you think you are, Jaguar Wright. Barbara's little bad girl. Must have sucked watching her die from cancer, though. I can hear the hurt. Every time you talk about my mom, I can hear the hurt. Like you were really getting off on trying to hurt me, talking about my mom because you miss yours so much. Hurt people do hurt people, though. Jaguar Wright. She could have gave you a better name. Honestly, I think that little pickaninny name fucked your head up a little bit, though. You know? Poor thing. Sit online throwing temper tantrums. Demanding for people to do what you want them to do. Demanding for people to tell you everything you want to know so you can ruin their lives and that can make you feel better. Because Barbara's dead. Tell you something right now, Toots, it don't matter how many people you stalk, it ain't gonna bring your mama back. The way you live in your life, you act like you in a rush to go join her. That's my response. You want receipts? Go get them from the FBI. But they'll have nothing to do with Ada's background or anything like that. They'll have to do with everything that y'all did to her. And that's just that simple. We're not looking down at the ground with y'all. We're looking at the sky. That's where the real receipts are. So, yeah. On that note, guys, I gotta go. I got a hot date. With a man who just inspires everyone to talk about his penis all the time. I don't know why. I have no idea. But what I will say is this. Whatever it is, I fucking love it. Whatever it is, it's all right with me. I promise you that. I've never been happier. Funny thing is y'all know that. You can hear it in my voice. You can tell by the way I talk when I hear his voice. And that's something, like, no matter what y'all say, while you're sitting there with your little insults and all of that and carrying on, you bitches are alone at night. Whatever he got, clearly it agrees with me. So, all that being said, I'm gonna go get to my very real man in my very real life. And I'm sure we're gonna find our way in our very real bed. And we won't be alone. We'll have each other. See how that works? You spent all those hours trying to grind my life up just to log off and realize you ain't even got one without me. Oh my God. Oh my God. This it's just funny. It's just funny. It's gotten quite hysterical now. Look at the ground. Look at the mud. Look at the dirt. Look at the worms. The worms coming out her neck because she has a nasty neck. And she has a pissy neck. And it's a pissy worm. And that worm is just pissing in her neck. And it's pissing down the side of her neck. And it's just pissing all over her face. She's just pissing face. She's just piss. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, toots. Like I said, you want your receipts? Look to the sky. Or just call the FBI. All right, guys. Bye.